The Maestro.
Dirty.
Shorts!
Wow.
And welcome to my
How about you hold
dirty shorts. In Canada. Now, there's a question that came up during the tournament. Yels asked me about whether or not I had my dirty shorts on me. Now, due to logistic and litigious reasons, look that word up, family, can't really make a comment on where my shorts are and how dirty they are, but just know that wherever they are, they're there. Okay? Hi, fam. How's everybody doing? A great tournament again this weekend. I feel like I'm saying that all the time now. I know you guys are getting tired of hearing it, but I'm not getting tired of watching it on any level. There was just a great play all the way through. Interestingly enough, I'll just say this, get this out the way right here. A team that I thought had what it took to win the tournament did, but they were not in my top three. I just want to get that out the way. But I'm glad because of how it happened. If you remember, go back to my talking dirty from this past week, I said what? I said the OGs needed to play team ball, and they found that team ball, but they found that team ball with an X factor, and I'm going to get to that later. But great play all the way around. We saw some players today that, quite frankly, we had not seen enough of. And what was really cool about this tournament is, as unbalanced as some of the scores were, there was a balance in how the games played out. In other words, there was very little bad basketball. Yes, there's a such thing as bad basketball, but there was very little bad basketball. That was nice. The one team that I'm just going to have to just talk about again, the North, no wins yet again in a tournament. All that talent on that team. I just that's another story for another time. But they couldn't turn anything into points, and just across the table, they were the only team that truly just as collective got outplayed. And I don't mean that on an individual level. It seemed like it came that way from, yes, some individual play, yes, but it was some scheme stuff. There's some other things going on too that my heart went out for them, because they're a much better team than what they put up here this weekend, in what was technically their home tournament. The G5 played the kind of game you thought they were going to play. They were a team that's really, really strong across the table. They basically were strong in every game, including the semifinal game that they lost to Atlantis. That there was the idea of what G5 was going to be able to do. I think that wasn't surprising to anyone. Again, you had to work with Emil Griffin all throughout the day, just doing what he needed to do for his team to get them moving and get them going forward. It just never came together at a collective enough point for them to be in the lead at a point when it actually mattered. But if you look at their performance across the table, there was a winning performance without any doubt. You look at another team like Southeast Select, I really was hoping more for them, even though I know what I said this past week in the Dirty Shorts. Drake Johns and KJ Hills were just solid, but they need a little bit more than solid today. Their one win that they got, ironically enough, against G5 was just a strong performance from those two, but it took those two to kind of put them over the top there. And also, they played great defense. Oh, my goodness. They played great defense against G5, and it just didn't play out the way we hoped it would play out. On the other side of the table, let's just going to get to it. The congratulations to Coach Henderson, first tournament win with his team, with the OGs, and how they were able to handle Atlantis there, despite the heroic effort of Afonso Piera, who was just, I'm just going to say it, the goal must have looked like a swimming pool to him today, because he just wasn't missing anywhere. And as I was corrected in the chat, I said the bank was open on Saturday on one particular on one particular shot. My man said, "No, it's ATMs in Canada, boo." So kind of got me straight on that. So appreciate you. Um, LT3, LaJoran, you know what I'm talking about. LaJoran Tompkins III put up a dog show this weekend. I mean, all the way down and to the point where he put up a 30 burger in the championship game when it seemed like a lot of other people were, I want to say fading out, but sort of playing at their max. He found another gear, which just tells you the kind of talent he had. I remember doing a dirty short on him earlier on in the season. Just what I think of his games. He well earned player of the tournament, by the way, without any doubt. Just so I let the cat out of the bag. Um, and you're going to see more of that coming up. But very gracious in his victory. His game translates, and I said it before, and I'll say it again. His game translates across the various degrees of play, prep to college to pro. And I am not going to be surprised how far he's going to go. It's kind of, and I'm going to just say this selfishly, he's one of those cats that I would put on a dream matchup team because there are some other cats I'd like to see him play with just to see how his game would translate if um, he had some other sort of athletic guys with him, the way he's able to play. But Coach Henderson was able to put them in a position to be successful, do what they're able to do, and it really played off, man. It was really what you thought it was going to be. A couple other teams that I talked about that didn't quite come up this weekend the way I'd hoped they might have, despite how good they looked starting up in the day, and that was Bad Boys. But they just ran into the other teams. I'm just gonna say it at the wrong time. Uh, they played strong. They played very well. Their performance does not look the same way as the North's performance looked. But when you run up against, well, the eventual champions, you start off with the eventual champions, OGs, and the other team that they met, the other team that made it to the championship game was Atlantis. It's hard to pick a favorite with that. So hats off to them. They played well. But once again, though, the OGs really got it done for us this weekend, really put us in a position to see another team with another tournament win. But more importantly, we got a chance to see a lot of their talent on the team really stand out and how consistently they played. And then, of course, LT3, he found that extra gear, Bravo Zulu, man, and really, took his guys over the top. Well done. What did you like about the tournament this weekend? Why? What were surprises for you in the tournament this weekend, and why? Who maybe let you down this weekend? Let's don't talk about that. We can talk about that because we're talking about we were let down because we had high hopes for them, right? So who might have let you down this weekend that you might have hoped would have done a little bit better? Let's go and talk about that. Let's be positive about it. Let's talk to our brethren and let's just work out how we're going to raise up our stakes and raise up our game. And yeah, hung out with Drake earlier in the week, right? And he finally paid me back during the championship game. Then of course Yales ran off with him after the game, so I'm stuck here in the parking lot, just waiting to see where I'm going to go next. I think I'm gonna hang in Canada a couple of more days, but I don't care where I am, whether it's Canada, whether it's America, whether it's what other country, Mississippi. No matter where I am, I'm never letting Jason Bourne borrow my car.
Oh, wait, do you want me to read?
Thank you again for checking out the Maestro's Durty Shorts. Woo!